Hi guys, welcome to my podcast. My name is Nicole and I'm the brains and the beauty behind Yarn Craft by Nicole, where I am a pattern designer, pattern tester, as well as a yarn ambassador. This week I want to start with this beautiful make that was, I think, one of my first makes of this year, one of my first finished objects, and it is the Amelie Sweater, and that's spelled with an A, so A-M-E-L-I-E sweater by LeRoo Crochet. I'll put that in the comments below. And it is just this delightfully snuggly sweater, perfect for a day like today where it's been drizzly outside. And it has my favorite stitch, the extended single crochet that I love to use for hats. It's got that in the body, so it's nice and drapey. And then it also has just a little bit of detail along the edges for the raglan style top that it is. And I absolutely love this sweater. It's one of my favorites to just throw on over anything and everything. And this yarn was supplied by Wonderland Yarns, and it is just absolutely beautiful. Like, I'll just let you get nice and close to that. The two colorways that I use for this are called Treacle, for like the caramel syrupy color, and then the one in the middle is called Scent of Old Books. And I love the name of the colorway so much, and just how pretty it is worked up, that when I took pictures in this sweater that I styled it all around books, and it was super cute. So if you're interested in that, you should check out my Instagram. I've got pictures of that from earlier this year. And like I said, it's just snuggly wonderful. It's all a DK weight, which is perfect for a sweater that you want to layer over other things or wear in the spring. So it's great. I love this pattern. The next thing that I want to show you are my whips and finished objects. And I will tell you that your girl has been busy, so I don't have a ton of new things to show you, but what I do have is pretty spectacular. So one of them I showed you last week, what my progress was on that, and it is this beautiful red. Let me flip it over so you can see it from the front. Oh, beautiful. This is going to become a cardigan, the Shiloh Cardigan, and this is the back piece. So after this, I'll make two front pieces, the little sleeves, seam it all together, and then do the ribbing. But I am very excited about this. I am pattern testing this for Emily Davies, who has a similar pattern already out called the Shiloh Top. I think it's just called Shiloh Top, but it uses the same kind of stitch pattern with the little triangle stitches, and it is beautiful. I already am designing outfits in my head to wear with this, and it's just a gorgeous color. Like, I cannot get over how pretty this is. I will be making much progress on this whip before next week. The other one that I want to show you, I actually just got into a good stopping point with it today so that it wasn't a tangle of color work, but I think you'll like it. The other major whip that I'm working on is the house sweater. I finally started it, and it is super cute. You flip it over so that you can see. Ta-da! There are 9 little houses total. They're all different, and they're all made from yarn I already had. So some of it was left over from other projects. Some of it was sock weight yarn that was part of an oopsie sale where a dyer dyes yarn, but it's not exactly what they were going for, so sometimes they still sell those skeins, but they're one of a kind. And anyway, I'm having a lot of fun with it. They're so cute. I can't deal. I'm using the motif that was in Claire Goodale's Crochet Color Work Made Easy that had the little pillow, the house pillow that I've shown y'all before. So what I did is I took the stitches needed for the motif to make the little houses. I took the amount of space that I wanted between each house, and then made a chain long enough for that equation to go around the bottom of a sweater for my size. So I'm making this up a little bit as I go, because from this point up, I can do whatever I want with it, because this has been the hard part. I'm doing the hard work first. So as I continue to go up, and I'll do the roofs of the houses, they'll also be in different colors. I've actually started that over here. Like this one has a really brilliant blue, and this one has a more tonal blue. After I do the houses, I'll see how much of my base color I have left. I'm thinking that the top will be a V-neck, which would be fun. I don't think I have made any V-necks now I'm thinking about it. And then some sort of short cap sleeve. I don't have a pattern for this because I'm using a motif that someone else created. So I'm just adapting it for what I want to do with it. The great thing about color work like this, like a lot of the other designs that she has in her book, or like the lightsaber scarf design that I have, once you have a motif, a design that you know how many stitches it is across and top, you can adapt that however you see fit. These are really cute on a sweater. They're really cute on a pillow. It would be super cute as a wall hanging. Once you've got a chart or a grid, you can kind of make it whatever you want, which I think is pretty cool. And like I said, the fact that I'm able to use a lot of scraps in doing this is fantastic. Because part of this is like, oh, I remember the project that I bought that for. I remember the store where I bought that from. And so they're fun. I love a good scrappy project. But I am very, very, very happy with the way that this is turning out. And it will also have a lot of progress done by the time you see me next. The next thing that I want to show you is a couple of other skeins from my stash for Yarn Love. So the first one is this beautiful skein. I want to make sure that I'm telling you the right, yeah, that it is a Superwash Merino, nylon, and then viscose composition. It is ridiculously soft. I wanted to double check the composition of it to make sure that it wasn't cashmere, because it's crazy soft. I bought this yarn in Colorado, and my husband is a huge Broncos fan, so it's gonna be something easy to wear. Maybe a scarf, probably not a hat, just because it's got a really nice drape to it, but it's one of mine that I'm waiting for inspiration to hit me for this one. It's just so soft and so pretty. And especially yarns like this that are kind of like the color is concentrated in one part of the skein instead of being speckled throughout. The way that it works up is going to be really fun too. The yarn that I used for like the little color work here, the little color bursts, had all of the light color at one central part of the skein. So as you went around, it kind of reflected in different ways, which I thought was really pretty. And you can also tell in this one that in the sleeves, because I'm going around fewer times, it's a little bit more concentrated than in the body, where it's looks a little bit more speckled. The other yarn that I want to show you, I bought from the local yarn store here in Michigan, where I live, called Spun, and it is Michigan yarn. It's so much fun. And the name of this colorway is Hail to the Victors. And if you are not a Michigan fan, that is a slogan that we use when we go into games. This is a self-striping sock yarn. So as this worked up, if you were making socks, you would have thick, equal bands of stripes. But I'm not sure that that's what I'm gonna do. It could become socks. I haven't crocheted socks in a long time, and I think I would be much better at it now than I was before. But I could see it also becoming a little pouch or maybe a hat for this, but I don't know. These are two things in my stash that are special, and obviously will show some team spirit, but inspiration has not hit me for these yet. So if you have any ideas, let me know down in the comments below. And today we're gonna wrap up with Can't Let It Go. And for me, this one is the activities that you can do in Michigan in the spring that you just can't do everywhere. Because we are new to the state. We are constantly learning new things about where we are now. And this past weekend, we played whirly ball. We had never heard of it before coming here. And it is basically lacrosse with like the lacrosse curved rackets and a wiffle ball that you are shooting into like a flat basketball hoop where the net is flush against the backboard basically. But you're playing this on bumper cars, and it is insanely fun and crazy and ridiculous, and was just a treat to be able to get to do, and something that neither me nor my husband had ever heard about. And then this past week we went ice skating indoors in an indoor rink, but we went ice skating in March, and that is just not something that you do everywhere, and was also a ton of fun. I, being from the South, have not ice skated a whole lot in my life, but I was happy that my brain and that my body remembered how to inline skate, and that kept me upright for most of the time. I hope that you have a great rest of your week. There will not be a podcast episode next week because we will be traveling, but the first full week of April, I will see you right back here. Bye, guys.